Lusk,
Yes.
my fellow redhead with our red background. I wear a red shirt. I promised you red lipstick, but I wore it all day yesterday, and I felt like my lips are like, I need to get new lipstick. What color are you? Which one do you wear?
So I wear like it's Color Stay Suede. It literally stays on all day.
Yeah, because your lipstick's always perfect.
It's always
and
on.
I'm like always just kind of rubbing off in the center.
All their colors are amazing.
Okay, I need to do that. I've been wearing Ruby Woo from MAC since I was a teenager.
Favorite color, but it doesn't last as long.
Exactly. It's the perfect red, but
it is.
That one's very close to Ruby Woo.
It's good. Yeah. They have 2 different red colors, and they're both good.
Okay, we'll put that in the show notes.
Yes.
For anyone that's interested. Devin, you're with American Landmark.
Yes.
And you are just a force to be reckoned with. And I'm excited to talk to you. It's not our first time. Fellow podcaster. You used to have a podcast of your own, which I think you should bring it back.
I need a good co-host. That's what I need is a good co-host.
I don't have a co-host. I just have to get a guest every week. I like talking to new people every week, but it would be so fun to just have a buddy, too.
I know.
Yeah.
It's nice to have like a security blanket.
Yeah. So, Devin.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about technology because you are such an advocate for your partners in a way that is really cool. Number one, because it helps your peers. Like it's one thing to hear from a salesperson or read from a website, but to hear an actual experience from your peers is so much more meaningful. And it's really cool that you go out of your way to do that. And so I'd love to talk to you about like what you're using, what your team's using, what you think is table stakes. So let's start with like, what's your approach to like building that's kind of a broad question, but what's your approach to like building your tech stack?
Yeah. So I don't necessarily have a perfect formula for building anything. I look for any technology that's going to benefit our on-site teams. That's my number one priority. It's not necessarily about me or our executives, although reporting is a big thing. I want to make sure that it is beneficial for our on-site teams. It's going to make their jobs easier, right? So picking a CRM as an example, a couple years ago, we were shopping and I had a spreadsheet and it was like, does it do this? Does it do this? We shopped 6 different companies, and Rent Dynamics is who I've been with for very many years. And it was the most beneficial for our on-site teams. It was easy to use. They didn't have to think as much. And for me, that is the goal. I want to make sure everything we do and everything we implement is beneficial for the teams. Then we go through everything else. Like, okay, so how is it going to integrate? What are we going to do? How do we roll it out? What's the reporting like? But we want to make sure that everything is always about the team.
So speaking of which, no more spreadsheets. Use that. Okay, so hierarchy of stakeholder. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Would you say like on-site teams, renters, corporate, renters, on-site teams, corporate? Like, can you tell them? I want to know.
I mean, not sure who's watching this video.
Nobody. This is just us. This is just you and me having a little kiki.
So definitely our on-site teams, like number one. And regionals, right? Because they're the people who are in it. Yes. All day, every day. I would rather suffer and have it be more difficult for me and be more beneficial for the on-site teams and the regionals. They're in this every day. They're having to deal with the residents. They're having to deal with this stuff. And so we definitely want to make it easier for them.
And for some context, you're the director of marketing, because I don't think we talked about that.
Yes, director of marketing.
That would make sense, like how you interface with everything. Yeah.
And so I would say our number 2, depending on the system, goes between residents and executives. Like it's definitely, a lot of our reporting, we want our executives to be very happy with that. But in the end result, everything is about residents.
Are you guys owner managers?
Yes.
Okay. So you have less stakeholders, which is great, but high stakes.
Yes.
Because like your ass is on the line. You're choosing the software. Isn't that crazy how marketers are the ones that do a lot of the software decisions? Like if it doesn't exactly fall within marketing's purview, or just like the innovation people. And it's a cool role to be in.
It is. It's also stressful.
It's so stressful.
And we're just over 35,000 units, and my team is a team of 3. So we have like 1 per 10,000 units, if we want to put it in those terms. And all of our departments run very lean. And so we have a lot of interactions daily. So we definitely work with them a lot. We want to keep them happy, of course. But ultimately always about the residents.
But ultimately, if the residents and if your on-site teams are happy, your residents are likely to be happy because they're a direct reflection of your brand. And then when that's going well, then the results trickle up to the top, and their properties are performing. So I think your priorities are straight.
It's like a perfect circle, right?
Yeah,
when one is happy, then it just moves to everybody else.
So let's talk about, since 2024, we've come a long way. People used to give us so much shit as an industry for being slow. And I want to tell them to stop it because we're doing great. Like, I've talked to so many brilliant people, so many brilliant technology companies. In the year of 2024, what is absolute table stakes in your tech stack? What are you doing running a business without it?
Texting for sure.
Okay, I agree.
You have to have some form of texting and getting your teams to buy into it and doing it the right way. That's key.
Implementation is key.
Yes. And videos.
Yes, I 100% agree.
We have to do videos. And right now we're actually rolling out self-guided tours
cool.
across the whole entire portfolio. I have 12 more days to do that.
Isn't it nice being an owner manager? You can be like, I'm just going to be consistent. I was also an owner manager.
It's so nice.
So nice.
So we're rolling it out. We did a couple test properties, and now it's going the rest of our properties, so 90 properties, and we rolled it out in 3 months. And we'll have everybody done in another week and a half. So something like that, it may not be utilized every single day at a property, but you have to have that option for people. I feel like 2024, that has to be an option.
Well, everything you listed is giving your renters options. They get to communicate with you the way they want to communicate with you. They want to see the apartment the way they want to see it on their own time. Like, I'm such a big fan of allowing your buyer to self-serve as much of their journey as they want.
Yes.
But be there when they're ready to talk to you. And I think that applies to multifamily. I think that applies to the vendor side too. Like, as a buyer, I want you to have all the tools you need. If you just want to be in your little area, searching, you're like, I don't want to talk to a sales guy. Like, let me just figure it out on my own.
It's so funny. When Revise started, I was like, oh my God, we're going to be able to demo on the website. It's like a self-guided tour. For our, yes. I was so excited. So when, it started and I was like, okay, so now I want to go on and I'm looking for something. And I was a little disappointed there were as many people offering them. And so when I would see people, I'm like, hey, I looked at your product. I did not get to self-test
Updater
it.
has one.
I know. Well, that's because we love Update. Yeah. So I feel like I wanted more of that. And that's kind of like our self-guided tours. When we started rolling it out, people were like, oh, wait, but I want to be able to talk to the person. I feel like they're not going to lease the apartments.
That's what sales people B2B think too.
Yeah. And I said, well, you're going to lose those people anyway. Like, don't you want to give them an option to look at the apartment and then come talk to you if they like it? Because if you don't have that option, they're not going to talk to you at all. So
there are too many options. It is so competitive.
It is.
It is crazy, especially if you have any luxury stuff.
I know.
It's so competitive. I say this all the time. You have two levers you can pull. You can inspire action and reduce friction. And you have to make it so great, easy to buy.
Yes.
You can inspire everyone and be so much great advertising, but if it's not easy to buy,
you have to make things easy and you have to communicate, right? Yes. So yes, you're giving them the self-guided tour. Maybe they're not communicating with you right now, but when they choose to, you have to be ready to do it. You have to be on it.
Okay, so communication.
Yes.
We have all the self-serving options. We have texting. What else are you messing around with to be there for the residents the second they need you?
So for residents, we haven't started AI yet, but we are doing that we are doing AI for our prospects. We have lead nurturers that are on all of our properties right now, which I personally love. When we started rolling it out, we thought, okay, is this going to be like a call center? And no digs on anybody who uses a call center. It just wasn't right for our teams. We found that a lot of people were just not answering the phone anymore. Sometimes that happens with a
Like
team.
side team.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes.
If there's
Exactly.
someone standing in front of you talking to you,
Right.
you're not going to say, hold please, and pick up a phone.
And then it would just be like, okay, well, now they're standing in front of you and they're still not answering the phone. So call centers just didn't work for us. But AI does, because it's not taking away everything, right? It's not doing your full job. It's giving you more of an opportunity to lease an apartment.
Yeah.
It's quick, right? So your prospects are going to statistically lease higher with the first person that they get communication from. So when you have an AI lead nurture, it's quick, it's fast, it's holidays. Like, it works on Christmas. Who else is working on Christmas? Nobody. Like, it's just not happening.
Just our little robot man.
Yes, I love our robots. So it's quick, it's easy, it's communicating to them, it's giving them options to set appointments, and then our really great salespeople are taking it from there. So it's just enhancing the ability by giving more options.
Yeah. And you, as a marketer, are passing off higher quality leads to your team.
Yes.
And then they can feel good about they convert at a higher rate. Because ultimately, as a marketer, I think leads are kind of a vanity metric.
Yes.
We should be laser focused on revenue. We should be focused on leases, not leads, as a marketer, I think.
And that's how we make our decisions a lot of times. I have stopped using services based on the volume of leads, because you can send me 1,000 leads.
Yeah.
But if that does not convert, you're just making more work for my on-site teams.
Yeah.
I don't want to see 1,000 leads when we only get 2 leases. I want to see 30 leads with 20 leases. Like, it's all about what the conversion is and not about the volume of just leads in general.
So there are so many options of technology in this industry. Like, you had your spreadsheet of CRM.
Yes.
How the heck do you choose? Like, how do you evaluate? Like, who on your team? Like, who do you get involved? Tell me your process for deciding who you're going to work with.
There's so many things. So word of mouth is always really great, right? There are people in our industry that I trust, and I want to talk to them, and it's like a resident talking to their friend, like, oh, come move in here, right?
Sure.
So when I talk to people who use the same system, I'm like, tell me the good and the bad. I want to know honesty. Like, tell me what works, what doesn't work. And that's number one for me. If I don't know a system, I need to have a referral. And then I want to go through people I might know with the company, like people I trust internally inside the company. And then it's just, I have to test it. That's my third and final. But I want that referral first.
Yeah.
I want to be able to talk to somebody that's used it.
You do a really good job with your onboarding and having like your kind of like early adopter pilot team, and you bounce around to different teammates, right?
Yes.
So no one feels like they're the guinea pig for everything.
Yes.
That's so smart.
We have a lot of different factors that we try to look at when we are testing certain things out. What is their occupancy at? Technology-wise, are they very advanced on being able to use technology, or are they not? How many people do they have walking in the door? What is their clientele like as far as residents? So we have a pretty good list and a grasp on what is going on in each property before we start rolling something out.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps to have that internal advocate. Like, when you're rolling something out, if you're throwing software at someone, it's not going to feel good. Like, they have to have a what's in it for me.
Yes.
But rolling out software to a small group of people and then letting that particular individual tell their peers their experience. We did that with Updater and one of our other clients. They did a pilot group, and then we interviewed everyone in the pilot group and created a video of like their experiences so they can use it to send to all of their teams.
Yes.
So they're not like hearing from corporate what they're going to do.
I'm going to start having people do video referrals I do pilots. I should.
You should, because like, you want to talk to your peers about the software. They want to talk to their peers about the software, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that on my next rollout.
Do it.
I love it.
I'll help you. I love interviews. We can put it on Revise.
Yes, we should.
Yeah. So what do you think? What are you experimenting with? What are you curious about? What have you like haven't quite fully dove into, but you're like, this seems cool. I'm going to explore this in 2024.
That's a big question. There's so many things out there right now. Okay, so there's one thing that I saw that I really want to do. And I don't remember who it was. So we have interactive leasing right now. Love my interactive leasing. It's Key. That is also one that I have to have on every website. I should have mentioned that
Table
one
stakes.
earlier.
Yes.
Love it. So there was at one point, and I don't remember who it was, and I've never found them again. So if you're hearing this and this is you, then definitely reach out. Yes. There was a company that did a map that wasn't just like static. You could see every floor. And then
Was that not ingrained?
no, it wasn't. But you could also see the views from each apartment.
No.
Yes. And so they were mostly student housing. But I want to bring it to we're dabbling in new construction. And we're very new to that as a company.
Could they do it as a render?
So that's what I'm saying. So we also do like rendering of our new construction, and they do a great job of doing exterior like landscape. So I want that for my new construction with views from each apartment. Seems like a lot of work, but I want to make that happen. And I know it's out there.
Put it like somebody's built it.
Somebody needs to
Every
like
time
make this happen
every time
for
I
me.
think I've had a unique idea, I Google it and somebody's done it.
Yes.
So there's somebody out there that can help you. Yeah. That's a really cool idea because pre-leasing.
Yes.
Because you know those construction people write these insane performance and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? But if you can pre-lease it,
And you can't sneak people into
construction
the
zone?
construction zone. I mean, none of us do that.
No,
Never.
definitely not. You don't have Brandon
You
hard
want
or anything.
to, let people see their view, and you can't do that in a hard hat area, but it would be fantastic to have that. And don't I wish there was a place I could go to find all of the vendors who would do that?
Oh my God, where?
I have no idea.
We need a category
We do.
for that specific thing.
Yes.
And we'll fill it with brilliant people. No, and I love how active you are in the community, but it makes sense because you will post on LinkedIn like, I love this technology, and it's like unprompted, and we social proof and like we shouldn't tell our stories. We should let our customers tell our stories. In the same way that property management companies are so brilliant at your Google reviews and putting them into all your advertising and putting your customers first. And like, I don't know, I was a leasing agent. I'd be doing a tour and I'd be like, oh, hey, John, this is John. He'll be your new neighbor. Like that
Yes.
kind of thing. Doing that with the technology and like being able to have conversations and posting, I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's so freaking hard, that decision your job is on the line when you choose technology.
Yes.
Because if you screw it up,
Yes.
it has major implications. It's not like, oh, I didn't like that latte, I'll just go to a different coffee shop next time.
The technology has to be there and the people have to be there for me.
Yeah.
It's very important that I trust the people I work with just as much as I trust the technology. And
Gotta be the whole package.
yes, it always has to be the whole package. I'm very lucky that my company allows me to make those decisions. Not every company allows somebody to pick whatever third-party company they want and trust them to make that decision. Of course, everybody agrees on that decision, but not everybody allows their director of marketing to say, okay, this is the company we're going to use for CRM. This is who I love. Let me tell you why. And they all say, yes, go ahead and roll it out. But for me, every company I work with, I have such great relationships with the teams. And that's why I'm such an advocate for them. For me, that trust that I have with the actual people I work with is as important as that software working, if not more. I have to trust the people I work with.
I love that.
But I want everybody else to know that too, which is why I talk about it all the time.
I love that.
Like Rent Grata, I don't currently have a contract with them. I don't currently utilize their system, but I have talked about our relationship before and how even though I tell them no because it's not currently in my budget, I love their system. Oh, yeah. But the people, they treat me like I am their client. There's never been a change in, oh, you're not going to sign with us. We're not going to talk to you anymore. It's not, those are like my core group of people that I choose to be around, or just in our industry, they're amazing.
Yeah. We have some good people here. I'm never going to leave.
You're not allowed to because everybody at the Updater team is really fantastic.
They're wonderful.
So, you know.
I'm never going to leave this industry. I bounced out for a second. It was so scary.
Our industry's awesome.
It's so wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Devin.
Thank
This was
you
such
for
a fun
having
conversation.
me. I know. I always love talking with you.
Me too, my fellow red.
Yes.
It's our little red background.
I know, it's so cute.
I know this is a very aesthetic moment between your hair and your lips and your skirt and my
And you've got your
shirt.
shirt.
Yeah.
I know, it's wonderful.
Well, I'm sure I'll talk to you soon, and I'll
Yes.
see you in the community.
Thank you.